Motivated, I'm the truth. Going hard in the booth. All my dreams is coming true. If I can make it, you can too. Wasn't in a skipping school.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to I guess this is the preseason kickoff episode. I guess the expansion team. Now we're gonna be going over. I guess now what thoughts about how the season gonna go and all that. So I want to give y'all like a preseason episode. So let me start. Everything starts with the Earning ISO podcast. Please like, rate, review, share, comment, subscribe. Y'all have been doing that. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate all the love that we've been getting on our episodes, all the support we've been getting. Yeah, like I said, man, we just wanted to do one before the season started. And I guess this is going to be going over, whatever we think. We think how our predictions, how things might go. And, just tap back in. We just didn't want to just start at, okay, week one, then we just back out. You know what I mean? So this kind of like the warm up. This it's kind of getting us back in the groove because, I'm still in like the mode of like summertime. You know what I'm saying? So this kind of like easing in back into like, football and all that. But enough about me, man. How's everything going with you, bro?
I'm all right. Excited for the season. A little bit. My team is not doing much this off season, but I'm sure we get into that. But I'm excited. Summer's about to be over. Fall time about to be here. It's kind of got that feeling there. Football coming around, so I'm excited, man.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Basically, man, I'm gonna let you do what talk about whatever you want to talk about. Because the people kind of mishearing you and all that. So we can get back in the swing of things, man. So, man, this show is basically whatever you want to do, whatever you want to talk about. I'm with it. You could take the lead on this one, talk about whatever you want to talk about, man. I'm just here to just, bounce off of you. Whatever you want to do, whatever you want to talk about, it's on you.
All right. I guess we could start off with the name Dallas Cowboys. You get my disappointment in the offseason, all the moves that we didn't make, that we're still not making. We got CeeDee Lamb holding out. Michael Parsons, they get paid. Dak, they get paid. But like I said before, I really don't mind that Dak get paid because he got to prove it to me. He's a good regular season ball, but the playoffs, same thing every year. So I kind of get where Dallas is coming from on that tip. But I remember we talked about before. I told you I think they trying to line up for Deion and his son to come aboard to his franchise. That's the only thing I could think because all these moves that we're not making is just blowing my mind. Is confusing the fans. This is not like Jerry. Jerry usually aggressive, make sure his players get signed. This is just confusion to me. I don't know if he's just getting older now. He's losing his mind and he just not going to his regular routine. I don't know what's going on with Jerry. And he's saying some wild stuff, now. I feel like he's close to saying something where, he's going to say something really off the wall where people going to be like, trying to get him out of there or something like that. Start getting to the age where you can say whatever you want. I feel like he's going to slip up, But I'm just very disappointed in my team. I'm not even really looking forward to. I'm looking forward to football, but I'm looking forward to Dallas season because I just got a bad feeling it's going to be disappointing. It's going to be the Eagles division. Washington might even be better than us. And I'm just not excited, man. It's just look pitiful, man. But hopefully I will be wrong, and hopefully we come out and do the same thing we do every regular season. Be right up there with the Eagles.
Damn.
Shit look bad. Shit look bad though, man. You gotta admit.
Yeah. Before we get into that, I mean, you mentioned Deion, which that has been like the rumor that's going around that he's not going to stay in college long. If the right pro job come along, that he's going to leave and jump to the NFL. Now, he's not saying that, of course, but that's what's been the talk.
Mm-hmm.
Especially the Cowboys job. You know what I mean? Especially the Cowboys job. Because at this point, yeah, I don't see the coach is McCarthy, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Not that I'm like, hoping and praying that people lose their job or nothing like that, but I could see this being his last year and him getting fired. If they can secure Deion. Now, I don't know how the rules go, if they can talk or they can't talk, but of course it's ways around that. You know what I mean? You can talk to who you want to talk to, as long as people NFL, I guess, don't find out about it. But to me, when because I watch Coach Prong videos all the time, you know what I mean? How they, record and all that, you know what I mean? Shout out to the marketing team they got, you know what I mean, that does the videos. I know his son, Deion Jr., does a lot of that for him. Know what I'm saying? Great work. Know what I'm saying? Great footage. But to me, I think that he would be, he could be, Coach Prong could be a great NFL coach. I think his heart is in wanting to coach like younger players. You know what I mean? Why he's still like, kids or young men or something like that and not pros. But I think that he would be a great NFL coach, because I'm going to say it like this. I mean, unless you got to get like the college program like up and running the way you want, that's going to be a marathon, man. Know what I'm saying? It's not a sprint to get a program rolling, a college program rolling. You know what I mean? That is really a marathon. So I think in his heart that he thinks that, I can do this. I just get I get the right staff, you know what I mean? And I can really, he probably feel like he could be best serving like younger people, helping younger people out. You know what I mean? People on that level, not the pros, but to me, I think that he would probably be a better NFL coach than he would ever be a college coach. You see what I'm saying? I just feel that way.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I just feel that way. I know that he probably has it in his heart that he wants to be where he wants to be, and he wants to be on that level, because I think he wants to, mentor and, coach, younger guys. You know what I mean? Help them along the way. I feel like what he wants to do is, be there, but I think it'll be best served for him. I know he probably feel like his service should go to the younger people, but I feel like it'll be best served for him to go to the NFL. You see what I'm saying? And I just think that, to turn it around, especially you going somewhere like him being somewhere like Colorado, it'll be like, you know what I mean? I think it's like it's going to like be like a little bit. It's going to take even a little bit longer than it would be if he was somewhere else. Like, say he went to Florida. He coached at Florida State or something like that. It'll probably be easier to get people there, and there'll probably be less time for him to get the program running to where it's like to what he want. You know what I'm saying? Because the program is a little bit further back. You know what I'm saying? Like say he's at Florida State or something like that. It wouldn't be that hard to get that joint in tip-top shape, because they still were doing decent. You know what I'm saying? Now, I mean, if you go to a college that was still doing decent and you trying to get it to, the tippy top, it will be easier, and then I think it'll be easier to recruit there. I think his problem is it's going to be a little slower process because it is Colorado. I do think that. And I think that.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not saying that he's not up for the challenge, but can it be done? Know what I mean? You really gotta get kids to buy in and want to go there. And what's know what I mean? So to me, the test is going to be within the next few years. If once his sons are gone, and that might take away from some of as far as the media attention and all of that. Because right now, he was the story, especially last year. Him and his family was the story because they were all there. Once they go move on and they right in the NFL and all that, and it's really you there, can you really turn that around? When the hype kind of like dies down a little bit, and all the attention, and you still there every day. Now, I'm pretty sure he's gonna be up to the challenge, but if it don't get turned around in a few years, because my thing is this: everything starts with the quarterback. You know what I mean? So after your son is gone, is that next person top notch? You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Because what's going to be the point if your son is your son is gone, and then if you can't find a quarterback that can be top notch, even if you build a team around them, if your quarterback's ain't no good, and you can't get nobody to if you can't get a premier top notch people to keep coming in there year in, I'm saying every few years or whatever, you know what I mean? You know how the cycle goes where, kind of like, the Ohio States and, Alabama, the dudes that constantly get drafted. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And you can just keep replenishing that. If you can't do that, you're taking steps back anyway. Mm-hmm. Now, to me, for some odd reason, I just think it'll be easier for him to go to the NFL and a top-notch guy, say in free agency or whatever, to just be around him and want to play for him, even though you got to pay those players. But I just think it would just be easier, and not to say it's like a cop out. That, okay, I just want to do something that's going to be easier, but I don't know. I can't really explain it. That I just think that process in college to get that college program is going to be so long that I don't know. I don't know if you're going to suffer from burnout or what. You see what I'm saying? Because I know the man heart is in the right place, but can it be done there at Colorado, where it's not like a place? It's not LSU, it's not Alabama, it's not USC. You see what I'm saying? It's not places that. It's not a place that the kids that are around about that age that are now leaving high school and going on to college and going to be going on to college, that's in high school now going on into college, and they're going to play. That's not a college that they've been hearing the last few years. You know what I mean? You hear Ohio State, you hear Notre Dame. You know what I'm saying? Those are the colleges you've been hearing your whole life. So I don't know. I don't know if it's going to be like a hard sell once like his kids are gone and it's really just him and his staff, that if people want to go there, can he keep that rolling, the ball rolling to get more and more and more people? You know what I mean? Before we keep going with the NFL, man, how you feel about that?
I think it's going to be tough, as you're saying. Like what all this popularity that he has right now, will that continue over these next couple of years? I truthfully think I don't see him there no more than 3 years. I think he'll leave after that third year or something like that. Maybe will he burn out, or I just think he'll get bored and he'll want to take that next step to the NFL and try to coach his son, something like that. But even just without, the NFL part, can he be successful with the college program? I think he could if he take advantage of his popularity right now. It's just all can he pick the right people, because I'm sure a lot of players want to play for him. But, do you trust his evaluation and talent type of thing, you know what I mean? Which I kind of do. I think he'll be picking the right players. Last year he had some good talent. He just ain't had no linemen, offensive linemen, defensive linemen. And for what I heard he supposedly got some this year, so we'll find out. But I think if he stayed there and his heart was really in it, I think he'll turn around Colorado and make it a household name, man. because just people gravitate towards him. Even like the negative press about him, that's good press. You always gonna get talked about. So I really do think, if he really wanted to stick it out and stay for the long haul, I think he'll be able to turn that program around, man. Colorado, the AD there, from the little video things that I've seen, like on Amazon, he had the documentary or whatever. That AD seemed like he wanted to be give full support to Deion and give him whatever he needs to be successful and whatnot. So in Colorado, back in the 90s, they was a powerful school. They had clothing stores and whatnot, so they've been there before. It's just these last 20 years, it's been suspect. So I do think, they could turn that program around and make it a household name again, man. I really do. But does he really want to do it for the long haul? I don't think so.
Yeah.
But if he did, I think he'd be successful.
Yeah, I can see him coaching the Atlanta Falcons or somewhere like that in the future.
That's right up his alley right there.
Know what I mean? I ain't gonna hold you. I could see him coaching the Atlanta Falcons, and this is no disrespect to whoever's there now. I could see him coaching the Atlanta Falcons. I could see somebody like maybe like the Miami Dolphins. Know what I mean? No disrespect to the coach there, but in the future, within the next few years or something like that, you know what I'm saying? I could see him coaching one of them teams, and I ain't gonna hold you. I could see him coaching the Dallas Cowboys. See what I'm saying?
Yeah,
especially if, all right, say I don't do good this year, but the coach still keeping his job for another year. After that, and if Colorado, hopefully they do great. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully Colorado does well. And if they struggling too, I don't want to make it seem like he's some quitter, because I know the man is not, but he might sit back and think that maybe his skill set will be best served in the NFL, which to me personally, I think it was. I think his heart is is coaching younger guys, but I think his skill set would serve him more in the NFL. You see what I'm saying? I think he would have way more success in the NFL. And I ain't gonna hold you. I could see him being the coach of like the Falcons in like a few years. I can see that. I could see him being the coach of like the Falcons or the Miami Dolphins. You know what I mean? Or like Dallas in like a couple years. I can legit see that. You know what I mean? Right. I can legit see that, especially if one of his kids or something like that is on the team. I really can see it then. You know what I mean? So, that was just my thoughts on that. You know what I mean? But I know we sidestepped with that, but I just wanted to run that by you. Know what I mean? See what you thought about that, because that was in my head since early today when I was watching. You know what I mean? I was watching videos about Colorado and all that. So I've been thinking about that all day. But anyway, man, back to you saying about the NFL.
Yeah, well, I just want to wish them luck, this year. Hopefully they have a winning record this year, which I think they should. The expanded playoffs, more teams in the playoffs. Hopefully he'll be able to, him and his son, especially his son, end out his college career in the playoffs. Hopefully that will happen. So I wish him the best of luck. It's time to see another black coach be successful, and not too many college black coaches out there that's tearing it up. So I'm wishing him the best of luck. Back to NFL. I don't even know where to go, but the surprise, did you see like any of the preseason stuff or no?
I ain't watched not one preseason game yet.
I seen some highlights. The ball, Caleb Williams from Chicago, the quarterback, and he looking pretty good. I mean, it's preseason, but I think they made the right decision. People were talking about should they had kept Justin Fields and traded that Jared pick to get some other players, whatever. But I think that Bo Williams, man, I think gonna be special. I can't wait to see how he turn out. He's one of the players I'm looking forward to seeing. This Houston team, I'm looking forward to seeing them play. They like my two teams that I'm excited to see this year, man. I'm trying to think of like a surprise team that I think could be very profitable for people this year. On top of my head, though, like I said, I think Chicago, though. I think they're going. I don't know about their coach, but I think they'll be winning a lot of games this year, man. Houston, that's not a surprise team, but I do like them this year to win that division. I mean, is there any like surprise team you think might do all right this year?
I kind of don't. I think it's going to probably be like, it's just going to be like more of the same. You know what I mean? It's probably going to be the same. It's probably going to be the same teams. And to me, this season probably going to play out the same way the last season probably played out. I don't know if a team like Detroit might take a step back. I don't know if they're going to take a step forward or a step back. I don't know. Because I think that was their time right there. Even though, I mean, they might be building something. They might be able to kind of like push forward using that momentum that they did, them doing so well last year. I don't know. You know what I mean? Shout out to everybody. Know this from Detroit, man. Y'all been fans y'all whole life, and I know y'all want this. I know y'all want a team that like can compete for a Super Bowl every year. Because some people I know that's from Detroit. They've been fans they whole life, man. Since they've been born, they've been fans, and now you finally getting a team that's like they can compete. So, but I don't know. Now I'm gonna see if they can still keep that going, or they might take a step back. Who knows?
I like them. They got their foundation, man. They got an offensive line, defensive line. As long as their quarterback stay healthy, I think they'll continue on that rise. I ain't saying they're gonna make the Super Bowl, but I don't see them not making the playoffs or anything like that.
Right.
I think they're gonna be still be a good team though.
Yeah. I see, because the Chiefs are still the Chiefs. Even if you feel like people feel like this is Baltimore's time, this is Baltimore's Super Bowl to lose. People feel like that. People feel like this is Baltimore's year to win the Super Bowl. But at the same time, you know, you got the Bengals, you know what I mean? Joe Burrow, Joe Shiesty, you know what I mean? He been talking like, you know what I mean? He hungry. He trying to get back. You know what I mean? He trying to get back being a Super Bowl contender, you know what I mean? So he trying to get that squad back. But I feel like this is the year. If it ain't no other year, this is the year for the Ravens to win it. Now, I mean, you never know. Like I said, now, I mean, of course, you know what I mean? I'm Eagles all day, but I just feel like it's probably like the Ravens' year to win it. But the AFC, man, because I feel like in the AFC, yeah, you got some people coming along, but I don't see, I mean, how much trouble can some of these teams give the Ravens? You know what I mean? Other than you got the Chiefs, and they can just get magical when need be, and they always get the play they need at the time they need it. You know what I mean? No matter how bad things look for them, they always able to pull out a win. You know what I mean? Get something done. You know what I mean? Get a first down, get a touchdown. You know what I mean? Whenever they need. You know what I mean? Even if during the game it's times that they looking terrible, they able to just pull it together when need be. They just one of them type of teams. You can't count them out. You know what I mean? Because you ain't really been hearing too much about their moves. You ain't been hearing nothing about them for real. Now, I mean, you still got Pat Mahomes, though, the best in the business, but you ain't really been hearing nothing about them. But they are still around. So, I don't know, man. I don't know. The Browns, Deshaun Watson is he healthy, right?
For the most part, he showed us like was fucked up last year.
Yeah, so
They saying he all right, but when I listen to like the Cleveland sports radio, they saying there's still a chance that it could bother him all year or something like
yeah,
that.
so God damn, I kind of feel bad for that, man. That you got people that probably dreamed about being in the NFL their whole life. Then when they get here, they get hurt. You know what I'm saying? So I know they gotta be mentally tough. You know what I mean? I know that probably gotta be emotional for you. You know what I'm saying? To be okay. I wanted to get here my whole life, and now I'm here. And once you get here, you get hurt. You know what I mean? So I know that's probably tough. Damn, but yeah, I don't really see nobody. I just see like more of the same. Like I said, I'm lucky that my team is a team that everybody's expecting to do well. But yeah, man, a lot of teams I want to see how Pittsburgh does. You know what I mean? I want to see how Pittsburgh does. I want to see if they can push forward. Are they going to take an even step back? Yeah, I don't know. Now, I mean, the Patriots, I guess I mean, a lot of people are looking like I don't know if people were really expecting much from them, but I am eager to see how they are going to do. Now, me personally, I know a lot of people they kind of like an afterthought right now to people because people just not expecting nothing from them. People ain't really expecting nothing from them. Team like a team like the Jets. You want to see if they now I mean they gonna push forward or they going to just have a revolving door. Okay, we're gonna get rid of this coach and then try to get another coach. Man, who knows, man.
Okay.
Who knows, man.
All right. What about this? I'm every year new playoff teams. Not the same playoff teams make it. So I'm gonna go through the playoff teams that made it last year, and basically just gonna say they're gonna make it or not. So I mean, first Baltimore, you said they're gonna win it all. They got a chance to win it all. So obviously you think they're gonna make it back to playoffs, right?
Yeah. Of course. I think that. I mean, most people predictions last year was Ravens. A lot of people said Ravens Eagles was going to be a Super Bowl. I think that might be the Super Bowl this year. I think that could possibly hopefully that could be the Super Bowl this year. Or,
oh man,
know what I mean? Hopefully that could be the Super Bowl this year. Because a lot of people were saying that was their Super Bowl prediction last year. Hopefully that could be that this year. And of course, I would like for my Eagles to win. You know what I mean? But
yeah.
But
sure.
I don't. But of course the Ravens. I mean, I'm expecting the Ravens to go to at least the AFC Championship. I'm expecting them to go to the Super Bowl. I really am expecting them to go to the Super Bowl.
Okay. I agree with you there. I think they're going to make it. All right. Buffalo, you think they're going to make it again?
To the playoffs, I think that they'll get in, but I don't see them being like a real contender this year. I think because of the division that they in, that'll get them in. But I don't think that people gonna be like worried about them. Like, yo, we got to go to Buffalo. You know what I mean? Or we got to play Buffalo. I don't think it's gonna be like that this year.
Right.
The way it's been past years. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So
well,
I think. Yeah. Go ahead.
I think they're gonna have an off year though, man.
Yeah.
They ain't got Diggs or Stephon Diggs no more, man. I don't see them being that explosive, man. That unless their defense is just gonna be take a crazy step up, I just can't see them, being the same as last year. I think the Jets got a better chance to make the playoffs than them if Aaron Rodgers is healthy. So I think the Jets will take the Bills spot in the playoffs.
Okay.
All right, so we got the Chiefs next. I'm sure you think they're gonna make it.
Yeah. I think that they're gonna make it. I think that they're going to struggle some. I don't know. I didn't look at any schedule or nothing like that, but I think that their road is going to be a little bit tougher, but like I said, it's still the Chiefs. You still got Pat Mahomes. He the best in the business. Now I mean him and TK, they the best in the business. So I mean, so they can get a first down when they need it. They can score when they need it. They just find ways to win, even when they looking shaky. You know what I mean? So you can't never count them out. You know what I mean? You can't never count them out. You can't.
Right.
You can't. You know what I mean? You really can't. So I'm expecting them to be around, but still, even if it's times where it's games that you think they're gonna win, they might lose. I think it might be they might end up losing some games that people think they should have won. But when it's really, really time, Pat Mahomes can always pull a rabbit out the hat. He just can. He can.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
right.
So yeah, so there ain't no counting them out.
All right. I think, most of America would agree with that. As long as Patrick Mahomes is healthy, I don't see no one in that division, doing better than them. So even if they had a bad year, I don't think they would make the playoffs just due to their division. So their division is trash. Denver, Chargers, Raiders. I don't really see none of them teams having won a record, to be honest. So I think the Chiefs will make it. All right, Houston Texans. Do you think they'll make the playoffs this year?
I do. I think that CJ Stroud, right? You know what I mean? CJ Stroud. I think Tank Dell, he coming back, right? Because from that incident that he had, I think he should be healthy. And I think that
he played in the preseason game last week, so he already back.
Yeah. So I think that they can continue. They can continue on their momentum, and as long as they kind of I'm not going to say, because one of the good things about the coach that they got is he let C.J. Stroud just play, but at the same time, that's the gift and the curse, because if it's times where you're supposed to tighten up on the reins a little bit, you know what I mean? Because it's times where he might have made a mistake, but at the same time, okay, letting him kind of have free range is what got you your success. So I guess it's just a learning of, okay, and when it's time to just let him go and let him just run around, know what I mean, and just give him the freedom to do that. And when it's time to tighten up, know what I mean, in certain situations, in certain games, when the playoffs come. So I know that's probably a dilemma they probably sitting around with, okay, when the playoffs come and we're going against these tough teams, do we just let him just continue to just have more freedom because that's what got us success? Or when it's time to, all right, it's times where no, do this. Make sure you do this. You know what I'm saying? Don't just, it's up to you. No, I need you to execute this play. This is what I need you to do. When is it time to tighten up? You know what I mean? I guess they'll figure that out, man. We'll see. Because, I like the way they play. You know what I mean? From the games that they did put on TV. You know what I mean? So I guess, I don't know, as time go on, maybe they'll put some more games on there. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Because, some of these players are fun to watch, but you don't really see them too much. You know what I mean? Because he played for Houston, so they not really putting them games, a lot of his games on. So I mean, hopefully they'll, as time go on, they'll put more games on so more people can watch them play, because it's kind of fun to watch the play. You know what I'm saying? But him being down there in Houston, especially if we here on the East Coast, so we don't really get to see him that much unless you got the NFL package, NFL ticket. You know what I mean? A regular average person who just watching, Fox, CBS, whatever, you ain't really gonna see them too much, even though they are fun to watch. So, yeah.
Okay. Well, I agree with that. It definitely is fun to watch. The only thing I got some worries about is CJ Stroud. I seen him everywhere in the offseason on Michael Parsons' podcast, different other outlets on commercials. Feel like he's just doing a lot. I just wonder, will that fuck up his season? Did he put in the work during the off season as far as do what he had to do to stay atop being a good quarterback. So that kind of scared me. I'm not saying he shouldn't get his money and all that, go out there, get endorsements and all that. But I just seen him a lot. And I just felt like, unless you Patrick Mahomes or something, sometimes when you're doing all that, are you really focusing on the main thing? You know, like Jalen Hurts said, let the main thing be the main thing. Focus on the football. And hopefully he still was able to do what he had to do. But that kind of worried me. But I do think Houston will be good. They got Stephon Diggs. He's an explosive player. Their offense is going to be crazy. You know, DeMarco Ryan's going to have a defense. They're not going to be trash. You know, they might not be top 5 defense, but they're going to be respectable. So I do see them making the playoffs again. So I will agree with you there. All right, the next AFC team, we got the Cleveland Browns. You kind of just talked about that one with Deshaun Watson. But do you think they will make the playoffs again?
If he can get through the season and they can build that momentum up, yes, because I don't think they're going to have like the same type of season that they had last year where they was able to like just piece together some wins and all that and things went right for them. Now, I mean, you really need that man on the field. You really need him on the field. Now, if it ain't like that, I think that they're going to take a step back. I think that they really got some like, they really pieced together some wins and stuff like that, but he needs to be healthy. He needs to be on that field for them to have a chance. You know what I mean? Especially because I feel like, especially because I feel like the Bengals, they on some get back. Like we trying to get back to being like contenders. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Because I think Joe Burrow and what's his man name?
Oh, the receiver?
Yeah. I forgot.
Jamar Chase.
Yeah. I think that they gonna get busy this year. I think that they gonna get busy this year, man. I think Joe Burrow, you know what I mean, understands that we got to get back. You know what I mean? I think he'll be back with a vengeance. You know what I mean? I think them two gonna tear it up, man. I think they gonna tear it up this season. I do.
All right.
So
yeah.
So you gotta go. The Browns gotta deal with them. Like I said, I think Joe Burrow is back and he know it. Like, all right, yeah, it's time to get back. You know what I mean? It's time to get back. I'm not about to be no one and done for no Super. No. It's time to get back. So I think that they're gonna tear it up this season. I think him and Jamar Chase gonna tear it up this season, man. They're gonna put up numbers. So
all right.
Yeah, you gotta deal with them, man. And you gonna need Deshaun Watson for that. You are.
Right. Well, I agree. If Deshaun Watson is healthy, I think they'll make the playoffs because their defense was just crazy last year. But I am concerned that Watson injury, that is a concern for me. I don't think he's going to make it throughout the whole season. The best of Deshaun Watson, I think, is behind him. Pause. But I think that his best days are gone. So I don't think they're going to make the playoffs this year. They don't got Joe Flacco as a backup. He was able to help them last year. But I'm just not feeling it, man. I'm a big Deshaun Watson fan too, but I'm rooting for him. I just don't see it, man. It's just not working out for him in Cleveland. It's just feel like it's just bad mojo. Ever since he left Houston, just a lot going on in his life, and I just not sure he's gonna be able to get it together. So I would say no. Cleveland don't make the playoffs. All right. Next, we got Miami Dolphins. They made the playoffs last year, lost to Kansas City in the first round. Do you see them making the playoffs again this year?
I don't know, because I don't know about Tua. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, everybody say that.
You know what I'm saying? You don't know about him, like, because, of course, God forbid somebody gets, we get injured, but If he get injured, especially, man, I bet it happened early in the season, man. I don't think they're gonna be able to recover, man. If he stays healthy, man, he can throw the ball. But the problem is, man, I don't. They so shaky, man, because you can't tell. I mean, if he stay on the field, anything possible with them. But they division is, what else is their division? NFC South is what?
Jets, Buffalo, and Patriots.
The Jets, Buffalo, and the Patriots. That's the division they in?
Yeah.
Damn.
So if I can see your face right now, it sound like you got a perplexed face.
Yeah, shoot, they might make the playoff just based on who they with. Who they got go up against.
That's a big deal. You're right. Yeah, that's a big deal.
Yeah, because we'll see, man. That might be them. It might be between them and the Jets, depending on how good Aaron Rodgers playing, or if he playing good, because he can't throw the ball and catch it. You know what I'm saying? It ain't gonna matter how good you are if ain't nobody catching the ball, or if everybody, everybody can game plan for you and you can't really. I don't know. We'll see, man. We'll see. But we still talking about the Dolphins. Just off the division they in, they might make the playoffs. Like I said, I don't see Buffalo. I think Buffalo might take a step back. We'll see, man. That joint might come down to the wire, man. It might come down to Buffalo, the Jets, and the Dolphins, man. The end of the season where, everything count and, they got to win, somebody got to lose. I think it's going to be like that to determine who win that division and who get in the playoffs. I think it's going to come down to that. Because that look like they're going to all probably be similar. They could probably going to all have like similar records. So, you know what I mean? You know how it be in it. You know how it be when the end of the season where they be needing such and such got to lose. They got to win. This team got to lose, and this team need to win, and this other team need to lose for them to get in. I think it's just going to be like that in that division.
Okay. I'm not that big of a fan of Miami. I do fuck with their offense, but first thing you think about with Miami is the quarterback. When you say it's all about Tua, that's the same thing that came to my mind. He did stay healthy all last year. The main concern was he was always getting concussions, the prior years. But he did show that he could stay healthy all year last year. So that's good. But I don't know, man. They just seem like when it comes down to like toughness and the nitty gritty, will they be able? Because they always start off good, but as the season go on, they start falling off, and that's what I'm kind of worried about. I still think the Jets gonna be a good team, but like you said, the division is not all that. Like I think they'll be able to get busy with Buffalo. They might split with them. The Patriots, I don't see them doing nothing this year. They could probably get 2 wins off of them. So if they're able to beat up on the division, then they can make it. But just my prediction right now, I would say they will just miss the playoffs. I would say they won't make it. They just right there on it. They'll be fighting for the playoff spot, but I think when it comes down to it, they will just miss it. So the last AFC team we're going to go with that made it last year is the Pittsburgh Steelers. Obviously, we all know they got Russell Wilson and Justin Fields. They haven't picked the starter yet. But do you think they have enough this year to make it back to the playoffs?
I don't want to count them out, but I got to say no. It's going to be a whole bunch of controversy they got to deal with, man. And hopefully they got, and hopefully they can block that out and focus. Hopefully they can, but block that out and focus. But you already know that's what the talk is going to be. You know what I mean? No matter who you pick, you're going to debate with you You should have picked. Maybe you should have picked the other person. As soon as one person have a bad play, throw an interception. Do they bench this person? Let this person in. You got to deal with that the whole season. You got to deal with that the whole season. You can already see it. You know what I mean? I'm not even a coach there, and that gives me a headache, knowing that that's what it's going to be all season. You know what I mean? No matter who you pick, it's going to be a debate that you make the right pick. So when somebody throw the ball in the dirt, or throw the ball over somebody's head, or throw an interception, it's going to be that they make the right pick. You already know all season it's going to go on. But hopefully he can block that out and just play good. But I don't know, man. I hope they do, but I don't think they are.
Okay. Well, at first I was going to say no. I don't see them making it. Just like you said, it's going to be the controversy. No matter which quarterback they pick, people going to be saying they should have picked the other one. And as soon as that quarterback did something wrong, they're going to be talking about, well, let's put the other one in. So it will be like a controversy. I agree with you there. But looking at their schedule, the hardest games they have is the division. Obviously, they're in the hardest division in the league with Cleveland, Cincinnati, and Baltimore. But besides that, the hardest games they have is Kansas City, the Eagles. They play Dallas, but I'm not considering that hard. I think they're going to beat Dallas at this rate. I'm just so down on my team. But the other teams they playing besides the division is not good. So I think they have a good chance of making it off of that. I'm not going to count out Mike Tomlin. He never had a losing season. So I do think somehow, some way, he going to have that team in the playoffs. I really don't believe it, but I can't count out Mike Tomlin, man. Somehow, some way, that man gets his team to playoffs or a winning record. He just finds a way, man. So I won't count them out. And looking at their schedule, man, I just don't see too many hard games on there for them to deal with. You know what I mean? They be playing Raiders, they play Denver, they play Atlanta, Chargers. They got teams they can beat up on. And like I said, just as they could go 500 in a division, go 3-3, then I definitely think they'll make the playoffs. But we shall see. All right, that's the AFC. Now we're going to do the NFC teams real fast. What about San Fran? You think they're going to make it back to the playoffs after that Super Bowl run they had last year?
I do, but I don't think that they're going to be like. I think that they might take. I think that they might take a little bit of a step back, but I do think that they could make the playoffs. Now, I mean, I don't see them getting to the Super Bowl again. I don't see them getting to the Super Bowl this year. I just don't see it. I see them. They might probably get to the playoffs, but I don't see them getting to the Super Bowl again this year. But I'll say they get to the playoffs, but I don't see them being like a threat to be like in the Super Bowl. I just don't see it.
All right. Definitely agree with you there. But go ahead.
Yeah.
I thought you were about to say something.
Yeah. I just think that, okay, you got people that go and have a bunch of like more game tape on them and better playing for them, and and I think that they just might take a step back. I think that was their. I think that was their year. If they were going to win it, that was their time. You see what I mean? I don't see them. I just don't see them getting back there and winning. I think that was their shot to win, and it just didn't happen. But you could be wrong. But any given Sunday football season can go any type of way. But I can see them making the playoffs, but I don't see them being like some Super Bowl contender that everybody's going to be like, okay, they're one of the favorites to get there and win the Super Bowl. I don't see that. I can see them making it to the playoffs though, but I don't think that they're going to like. They're really nothing too much they're going to be anything too much to worry about. And I'm not saying it just because I'm a Philadelphia fan, but I'm saying that really I just don't think that they are going to be as strong as they was last year. I think that was their shot to win the Super Bowl.
Right.
I really do think
I
that
totally
was their
agree.
shot, and I think that they just didn't get it, and it just didn't happen. So I don't see that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. I just don't see that for them again this year. I see them making it to the playoffs, but I don't think it's like the way they was last year, where everybody was like, "All right," when they clicking on all cylinders, and they just damn near unstoppable at times. I just don't see it.
I agree with you. I think they'll make it, but they won't make it back to Super Bowl. But they'll make it to the playoffs. That Super Bowl runner out. Usually that following season is kind of shaky for them.
Mm.
You know, I sample the Eagles. I mean, I started off good, but then it got real shaky for y'all. I mean, that usually is the case. I think it's just going to be like injuries, I think, this year. McCaffrey was healthy last year, but he's usually always banged up. I kind of see that, he's going to have some issues. Samuel, Debo Samuel, he always hurt.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got this whole Brandon Ayuk situation. He don't want no more money. They're going to trade him. I just don't see them dominating again. But the NFC is so weak in a way that I do think they're going to make the playoffs. They might not win the division either. I think the Rams might win the division, but I just don't know how San Fran won't make the playoffs. They're going to make it, but they won't make it back to Super Bowl, as you said. All right. Next, Dallas Cowboys. You know what I would probably say about them, but do you think they're gonna make the playoffs this year?
I don't. I don't know what their schedule is. I know that even though people are like, not just you, a lot of people are down on Dallas right now. Everybody's talking about the fact that what Jerry Jones was saying, you know what I mean? Everybody's saying he just seems lackadaisy about getting things done they need to get done with his team, so his team be ready. So everybody's kind of like counting them out. But I don't know their schedule. I mean, other than like, the Dallas and the Eagles always a battle. But other than that, like I said, I don't know their schedule. Somehow, somebody Dak is a decent quarterback. So I just can't count them out. Okay, everybody's talking about, CeeDee Lamb being a holdout and all this and that. The dude is still a beast. So whenever he do step on the field, it's not like they don't have them. They still have that 1-2 punch of Dak and CeeDee Lamb. You see what I mean? You're still going to have that. You know what I mean? You're still going to have that. You're still going to have decent defense, you know what I mean? You still got Micah Parsons. Micah Parsons is a goddamn super beast. So you still have something there. You know what I mean?
Super beast.
Yeah, man. He one of them throwback dudes. You know what I'm saying? You can just see it when he play. He one of them old soul type players. You know what I mean? He young, but he play like the old school dudes. You know what I'm saying? That's how he play. That's the feeling you get from him. Now, I mean, even though he's a young dude, he play like an old school dude. He one of them people like, now I mean, he playing in this age, but he from like the 80s, 90s type dude. That's how he fit. That's how I feel. You know what I mean?
Okay.
When I listen to him when he talk, you can tell he got like, as far as football, he like an old soul when it come to football. You tell he played like he like an old school dude. You know what I mean? Even though he young. Yeah, man. I just think that, like I said, I don't know who they playing other than the people in the division. You know what I mean? Because I don't know the schedule. So, like I said, you can't count them out because things can click. And like I said, you got Dak, you got CeeDee Lamb. Now, I mean, Dak be pulling some rabbits out of the hat sometime too. He could surprise a lot of people. He could prove a lot of people wrong this season. He could shut a lot of people up. He could shut a lot of people up. He could. They can piece together some wins. He could shut a lot of people up. But then that's going to put Jerry Jones kind of, which I probably feel like Jerry Jones is probably sitting around stuck in the middle like, all right, we in purgatory. All right, now I mean, we not Super Bowl contenders, but we not absolute garbage neither. So that's the problem. They in purgatory right now, and I guess Jerry Jones probably don't know what to do. Do I tear it down and try to rebuild? Do I try to just retool some things and go? Because I think this year they're going to do better than a lot of people think, which is just going to confuse people even more. Because say they do terrible, then it's just easy to, okay, it's time to tear it down. You know what I mean? It's time to tear it down and start again. But if you just start doing somewhat decent and you do make the playoffs, then it's like, God damn, okay, now we still in purgatory. So do I tear it all the way down, or do I, you know what I'm saying? Or do I start tightening up and then make a few moves here and there and still go with this whole regime that I got right now? Now, I mean, that's the thing. Y'all do just enough to stay in purgatory. Now, I mean, y'all had games y'all looking great and y'all whooping ass, and there's games where it's like, all right, man, this shit not gonna work. You know what I mean? That's what keep y'all in purgatory. Because everybody's sitting around expecting y'all to have a terrible year. But this will be the year where you might do good. Now it's more further confusing. Like, do I tear it down? So I know Jerry Jones probably sitting there like, do I just tear it all down and just clean sweep and just get what I can for some of these players and not re-sign some of these players and try to get a quarterback? And do I go get Coach Prong's son? Do I try to go get Coach Prong? You know what I'm saying? That's what it sounds like when Jerry Jones talk. He's stuck in the middle and don't know. He just trying to be laid back about it, but he probably sitting around like, I don't know, because it's time. Everybody expecting y'all to do terrible. I don't think y'all going to just do bad, which is going to confuse you even more, because some people just be like, if they're going to do bad, just do bad so we know that this just need to be done and over with. No, I think you're going to do decent, and that's going to be sitting around having a hard decision to make, like, all right, do I tear it all down, or do we try to just move forward and just try to get some and just build on what we got, because we did pretty good. You know what I mean? So I think that's just even going to be even more confusing for y'all. So I think they ain't going to do as bad. Everybody just expecting them to do bad this year. Everybody just expecting them to do bad, and I'm just not. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I'm just not. But at the same time, that's what leave you in purgatory, because it'd be like, all right, we not Super Bowl contenders, but we're not garbage either. We just stuck in the middle.
Wow. Well, I'm one of those people that think they're going to do shitty. And the end of the year, we won't be in purgatory no more. We're going to be on the bottom. Yeah, the schedule, but let me tell you something, man. I got the schedule in front of me. So besides the Eagles, the division games, we got Cleveland the first game. Yeah, I mean, those someone's going to be healthy for that game. So it's going to be tough. It's at Cleveland. We played Baltimore this year. We played Pittsburgh. We played Detroit. We played San Fran on whoop our ass. We played Houston. We played Cincinnati. That's fucking 8 losses right there, man.
Yeah. I think that, damn, okay. Damn, that first 8, man. Yeah, dude, y'all might go 2-6.
No. That's not the first 8. No, I'm just saying we might lose 8.
Yeah,
that ain't the first 8 though. No.
Okay, about to say, yeah. Your first couple joints. Hold on, say them again.
Well, these are teams that he's playing.
Say the games again.
Cleveland, Baltimore, Pittsburgh, Detroit.
Yeah, Baltimore probably.
San Fran.
Baltimore might be a loss. But I mean, Baltimore probably gonna be a loss. Pittsburgh is up in the air. Cleveland, y'all might be able to get out of there with a win. Y'all might be able to get out of there with a win. The Baltimore joint, that's probably gonna be a loss. Steelers, y'all should win that game. Houston,
Detroit.
Detroit gonna be a tough. Detroit gonna be a tough game, depending on, like I said, if they take a step back or not. So that game can go swing any way, because I'm not sold on Detroit just being like some super powerhouse that can't nobody. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? I know
you said that.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying? So that game can go either way. So yeah, I don't think it's gonna be that bad. Okay, they gotta play the Bengals, depending on, because like I said, Joe Burrow, they gonna be back with a vengeance. They gonna be trying to put numbers up. Now, I mean, they're going to be trying to run people off the field. They're going to be trying to put numbers up. You know what I mean? So that might be a loss. But some of them games could swing either way. You know what I mean? Because I don't think that people going to still be afraid of Detroit. I don't think people going to be afraid of the Browns. You know what I mean? That Pittsburgh game, y'all could win that game. So on paper, it looks bad, but I think y'all could get some of them games. Some of them games can swing y'all way. Some of them games can swing y'all way. And then you still got to deal with the division. You're playing Washington twice. You're playing the Giants twice. You know what I'm saying? Y'all might be able to get them both times. You know what I mean? You're playing Washington. You're playing Washington. I mean, if y'all buckle down, even though it's the division game, y'all can still both them joints. Now, I mean, game might be close. Wow. Y'all can still both them. I'm telling you, it's just something about the Dallas Cowboys. They just do just enough to stay in purgatory. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
They do just enough to stay right in the middle, but you can't decide what to do with them.
Yeah. All right. I like your optimism, man. I like it, man. I appreciate that. You're going to have to be, the calmness to my storm because I just don't see it, man. So I appreciate that. But I'm going to move on to the next NFC team, knock this out real fast. Detroit Lions, you already said you don't know what they're going to do, whatever. You're not believing them that much. But do you at least think they're going to make the playoffs?
Yeah, I think they'll get it together and make the playoffs, though. I think that they're just going to be rocking and rolling. No, I think they're going to struggle a little bit, but they still going to get in there. I think they're going to struggle somewhat, but they're going to still get in there. I do.
Okay. I definitely agree with you. Jared Goff, he don't get hurt. He usually plays all 16 games, well, 17, whatever this year. The offense, the line is solid. They got weapons. Defense is supposed to get a little better. That's the key. But the only thing that worries me is the coach. I know he's a gambler, likes to go for a fourth down a lot. That cost him in that San Fran game. Like, he was just a little too aggressive. I understand that's who you are. You want to stay who you are, but I think he lost in that game by being a little too aggressive, But at the end of the day, he's not going to be a liability where they won't make the playoffs. They will make the playoffs. I just don't know if they're going to make it to the Super Bowl. But they have good talent on their team, and I definitely think they will win that division and make it back. All right. Next team, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They made it last year and then beat the Eagles, bust the Eagles' ass in the playoffs, the first round. Do you think they will make it back to the playoffs?
Who else is in the division? Is it like the Saints in that division too?
Yeah, Saints, Carolina, and Falcons.
Saints, Carolina, and Falcons. Yeah, I think they will just based off division. They probably will make the playoffs. I don't think they're going to be. I don't think they're going to be rolling the way they was last season though. I think they might take a step back, but I think they'll still just based off of just being in that division. Because who's the quarterback? Who's the quarterback for the Saints right now?
It's still Derek Carr.
Yeah, it's still Derek. Is it still Derek Carr? Right? Okay. Yeah, they might get it just based on them two. Might just be, I don't know. It might be rough for them, but whoever makes it out of that division, I think their year is going to be like so rough for them that they're not going to be a factor anyway in the playoffs. I don't think, and if they do make it, I don't think they're going to be a factor. They don't. I just don't see it. I don't see it this year. I just don't. I could be wrong, but I don't see it this year, them being a factor. I think they could probably get it just based off the division that they're in.
Well, they definitely got a weak ass division. I'm not a big Mayfield fan. I was when he first got in the league, but I don't know. I just don't believe in him too much now after seeing him play in the NFL. But I do think Atlanta will take Tampa Bay's spot. I'm kind of digging, what Atlanta doing down there. Kirk Cousins, he's a respectable quarterback. The offense got weapons. Pitts, the running back. What's his name? Robinson. I can't think of his first name. He's a beast. the coach Raheem Morris, he should make that defense better. I think Atlanta's going to take Tampa Bay's spots. I think Tampa Bay will just miss the playoffs. It's only going to be one team out of the division to make it, and I do think Atlanta's going to turn around and win that division. I really do believe that, man. But like you said, they're not going to do nothing in the playoffs. None of these teams is nothing to be scared of. They're not going to be a factor, but I do think Atlanta will make it. All right. So next NFC team, Philadelphia Eagles. Started off 10-1 last year, and then just start crumbling after that, and then lost to Tampa Bay in the first round. I mean, obviously, you talk so glowingly about your team, so I'm sure you think they're gonna make the playoffs. Do you think Philadelphia Eagles will be back in the playoffs?
Oh, most definitely be gonna be back in the playoffs.
Yes. I know.
Yeah. A lot of that stuff that kind of like destroyed us during the year last year. We got to get that out the way. Now, I mean, all the talk about, the quarterback and the head coach not being on the same page. You know what I'm saying? We got to get all that out of the way. And now we got to play ball because that was embarrassing last year. You know what I mean? The talent level we have, we shouldn't have went out like that. You know what I'm saying? You should not be going into no playoff game and we playing the Bucs and people and everybody knowing that you're gonna end up losing. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? And the thought process is over, we gonna lose. Not to no Bucs. You know what I mean? We looking at the Bucs like it's the goddamn 1995 Cowboys or something. You know what I mean? But everybody just knew that we was gonna lose. Nah, it should not be like that against no team like that. Nah. Yeah, man, we gonna be back clicking. We got Saquon now. You know what I mean? He stay healthy. You know what I mean?
I forgot about that.
Yeah. See, offensively, we might be the greatest show on turf.
Shit.
Now I'm saying offensively, we can be the greatest show on turf. Now, hopefully, you know what I'm saying, the defense, you know what I mean, take care of business. Because, offensively, I think we good. We good offensively. Defensively, they got to step up. Now, I mean, do their job, man. They got to step up. I think that they did the best they can to tighten up on defense. So, because right then, man, we was crumbling on defense, man. You know what I mean? The defense. I mean, no disrespect to the people, because at the end of the day, they getting up to make the NFL, but they was not. Some of them was just wasn't doing their job, man. So they did what they had. Eagles did what they had to do. I mean, brought some people in, and hopefully that defense can get it together. Cause I think offensively we gonna be fine. Offense we gonna be fine, but it don't matter how much you can score if your defense can't stop nobody. So hopefully the defense do their job. I think offense is going to take care of themselves. Offense is going to mess around and be the greatest show on turf this season. You know what I mean? We could be.
No, man.
No, I mean, we could be. The people we got Saquon, you got Jalen. Now, I mean, look at our wide receivers. Look at our wide receivers. You know what I'm saying? Still decent at tight. Okay. I mean, still decent at tight end too. You know what I mean? Weapons on offense, but if your defense can't stop a nosebleed, what good is it?
Right.
Know what I mean?
Right.
Now, I mean, we're going to have to try to score like a college football game. You know what I'm saying? We're going to be out here trying to score 40-something points just to try to win a game.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So
I mean, you're right.
So, man, I mean, I ain't worried about the offense. Now, I mean, I'm worried about, the defense. So hopefully defense prove everybody wrong and can just go out there, do their job. So, I mean, go Birds.
Oh, shit, here we go. Go Birds. It ain't to end it like that, but I hear you, man. Y'all definitely going to make the playoffs again. You know, you got too much time not to. And it's the division that we're in. Obviously, I feel like, not obviously, but y'all, you got the best talent in the division, you know. Y'all got new coordinators, better coordinators this year. Kellen Moore, Vic Fangio. They should improve the offensive defense. You know, last year offense couldn't handle the blitz, couldn't make no adjustments. I think Kellen Moore is more respectable coordinator. He'll make those adjustments. And Vic Fangio, he's a old school type of ball. I'm not sure he's gonna be blitzing like how Eagle fan want, but I mean he gets the defense to play good, and y'all have a much better defense. So obviously y'all will make the playoffs, man. And it's a little tough schedule a little bit, but it's not too much for y'all to overcome. And I don't think y'all gonna make a Super Bowl or nothing like that, but y'all be a factor in the playoffs, but my heart will never say y'all gonna make the Super Bowl or win the Super Bowl or nothing like that. I will never admit that or say that. And hopefully, it won't come down to where I will have to. You know what I mean? So I will give y'all props, and y'all make the playoffs. Y'all will win the division. So we'll just move on. I'm tired of talking good about y'all.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, let's move on. The next team, there's 2 more teams left. Los Angeles Rams. Do you think they'll make the playoffs? Last year they made the playoffs. They lost to the Lions, I believe. No, I can't remember where they lost to.
I can't remember either.
But anyway, that's crazy, right? I think it was the Lions, though. But do you think they'll make the playoffs this year?
What division they in? Are they in division with San Fran? What division are they in?
Yep. San Fran, you got the Cardinals, and you got Seattle.
See, Seattle is one of them teams that could be a pain in your ass.
That
don't necessarily mean you're going to go to Seattle and win. Seattle one of them teams like that, and the Washington Redskins is a team like that. They're just like a pain in the ass. You're not just going to you're not going to go and just roll over them. See, that's the thing about, and then the thing about Arizona, I don't know how Arizona going to be this year. But as far as the Rams, I don't know their schedule. You know what I mean? I ain't look at their schedule, so I don't know, man, because I don't know what is their offense any good? You know what I'm saying? How's their defense now? You know what I'm saying? Because old boy retired, right?
Donald, yeah, he hung it up.
You know what I'm saying? Now you ain't got that. So now you ain't got that threat. You know what I'm saying? Know what I mean? So now you ain't got that. So, man, they might not. You know what I mean? They might not, because that offense going to score a lot. That offensive has going to have to score a lot, because I don't know. No disrespect to anybody that's there on their defense. I don't know if the defense is going to be good enough. Who knows to keep them in them close? The games is close, or you just gonna have to do one of them. I mean, where you're going to need him to throw 4 touchdowns every game, at least 3 touchdowns. You know what I'm saying? 3 to 4 touchdowns every single game. You're going to need that. I don't know if they're going to have it to win the close game. Now, I mean, you're going to need him to throw at least 3 touchdowns a game. And you probably even have a chance of winning. So he's going to they're going to put up numbers probably just to win games. So that's hard, man. I don't see it. They may take a step back and don't even make the playoffs.
Okay. Well, I disagree. As I said earlier, I think they might got a chance to win the division. The defense, I can't answer them questions about it, but I don't think they'll be that terrible where it will hinder them from making the playoffs or winning the division. The offense is going to be crazy, I think. I can't think they drafted a rookie running back too. I think one of them was supposed to be nice. But I like the coach, McVay. I just like the organization, man. I think they will get their shit together. They receivers are nice as hell. Cooper Kupp, Pika Nuka. I'm sorry if I pronounced his name wrong, but hopefully he'll be able to repeat the season he had last year. And I just think they're going to do, what they did last year, probably even better. I do see them making playoffs again.
Yeah.
The last team, I'm gonna go with Green Bay Packers. They made the playoffs last year, beat Dallas in the first round, and then they lost to San Fran. Do you think they have enough in the tank to make the playoffs again?
Yes, because Kirk Cousins done left and went to Atlanta, right? Kirk Cousins done left and went to Atlanta. Who else is in that division? Is it the Bears?
Minnesota, yeah, Chicago and Detroit.
I do think that they can make it again. I do think they can make it again. I do think they can make it again. So I'm gonna say yes.
Right.
And another thing before we go, the whole LA thing, man. Listen, if they take a step back, if they keep taking steps back, and they not doing good the next few years, and they might move on from the coach. I could see them going after Coach Prong and trying to get him in LA. I could see that.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And if the next few seasons, if things ain't going, they're like, all right, this time is over. You know what I mean? This whole regime is over. You know what I mean? It's time. It's time to move on. I could see them saying, "Yo, try to go get Coach Prong." You know what I mean? It's LA. Try to go get Coach Prong. You know what I mean? Kick the tires on that and see how that go. I mean, you never know. But yeah, as far as back to Green Bay, yeah, I think Green Bay could get in. But at the same time, I don't know because, like you said, you're not the only person that said the quarterback in Chicago now. But at the same time, what type of team they got around them? Because if you good, you can't throw the ball and catch it. You know what I mean? So we'll see, man. We'll see. But I do think that they could get in. But at the same time, like I said, Chicago might improve even more. So that might be so that don't mean that those are automatic wins for Green Bay. You know what I mean? And who's the quarterback in Minnesota? I don't even know off the top of my head who the quarterback in Minnesota is.
Sam Darnold, and they drafted a rookie boy in the first round, and he got hurt for the season just this past weekend. He hurt his knee.
See, goddamn. So now they got choices to make. If they struggle or they just limp through the whole season and struggle through the whole season, do they tear down? You know what I mean? Do they probably go see what they can get for, is it Justin Jefferson, right? Or seeing just try to tear down all over again. You know what I'm saying? Because that kind of Kirk Cousins being there kind of threw them off. You know what I mean? Kind of threw their trajectory off. So, I mean, not kind of, it did. So, you never know. But I think Green Bay could make the playoffs again. I'm going to say yeah, but I want to see how Chicago does this year. I want to see how Chicago does this year. Because if he's good as everybody keeps saying that he is, yeah, it might be a great year for them. You know what I mean? He might take him to the playoffs as a rookie. It's not impossible in that division. It's really not impossible in that division. It's not. So, yeah, we'll see.
All right, I agree with you. I think Chicago will be a valuable team this year. But Green Bay, top of my head, I want to say they will make it. But I did say I like Chicago this year. I think they'll be able to make it. So that's going to be tough, man. I think it will be between them two teams. I do think Detroit will win the division. But I do think one of these teams can make the wild card. That's tough, man, because I like Green Bay. The running back, they got Josh Jacobs now. They don't got Aaron Jones no more. But, Josh Jacobs not no scrub. They got receivers, respectable receivers. Jordan Love, he's not a scrub. You just got to see if he could do it again. But he had a hell of a year last year. Chicago, the quarterback played like he's supposed to play, but he's a rookie. But C.J. Stroud showed last year, it can be done for the whole year. A rookie could play good the whole year. So it's tough, man. I'm tough. But I'm going to pick an answer. I'm going to say no, Green Bay doesn't make it. And I think Chicago will take their spot. But basically, that's all the teams that made last year. Like I said, it's always gonna be teams that don't make it from the playoff spot on playoffs last year. And, I just decided for the season. That's all, man. I'm ready to get it started. Ready for these weekly shows. I'm ready for your fantasy picks. So help these people make this money. And, I'm just ready to get it started, man. I'm excited.
Yeah. All right. So who's your prediction for the Super Bowl this year?
Man. If I had to pick one, that's tough, man. I really don't have one. Shit, you put me on the spot, man. I guess I would have to say I'm gonna go with Detroit versus I want to say Houston or Baltimore. But I'm just going with Baltimore. I'm gonna rock out. Lamar gotta be able to do it sometime, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Baltimore versus Detroit, man.
All right. Okay. All right, man. All right. What you really meant to say was Baltimore versus the Eagles, but you don't want to say Eagles. It's all right, man. It's all right. So Baltimore and the Eagles in the Super Bowl, man. We understand you don't want to admit that the Eagles going to the Super Bowl. You don't want to admit that, but it's all right.
I ain't signing off. I ain't signing off on that shit. Hell no.
Yeah, but anyway, man, it's a wrap for this one, man. Like I said, man, thank y'all for the love and support, man. Please like, rate, review, subscribe. And yeah, man, we just wanted to do one before the season started. And we're gonna be trying our best to get y'all these shows every week done. And you got anything to say before we get up out of here?
Nah, just thank everybody for their support. Thanks, Aaron. That's still haven't met him yet, man. But thanks for him, holding it down and doing anything, behind the scenes, whatnot. And thank you again, bro, for having me on this. And I'm just ready to get it started, man. I just want everybody to be safe and enjoy the holiday, the Labor Day holiday coming up. Just ready for this football, man.
Yeah, like I said, man, we gonna try to make sure we get these joints done for you every season. We still trying to find a bar, for y'all. For any of y'all that know, is it a Dallas Cowboys bar anywhere in like the tri-state area? You know what I'm saying? Philly, Jersey, Delaware, anywhere. We trying to find one. So we can send my bro here to watch a game. We can film it and all that. So we trying to find a Dallas Cowboys bar. You know what I mean? So y'all, let us know about that. Other than that, man, it's a wrap for this one. Like I said, man, go enjoy the rest of the summer. Till it's over with in football season. Like I said, we're gonna be back every week during football season. We're gonna let you know the gambling odds and all that. And I'm just looking forward to another successful season. Y'all love these shows and we love doing them. So we out of here. You know what I mean? So I'll talk to you later, bro. Thanks for coming on.
All right, man, no problem, man. Be safe.
Gotta really pay attention. That right there is tunnel vision. Can't be falling, can't be slipping. This world full of competition. If you really tryna grow, you gotta make the right decision. Cause the world is yours. You gotta get it. No love, no love, no love, no love. No love, no love, no love. No love, no love, no love. No love, no love.